Hi, this is Jack from Autism Plugged In, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Choiceworks Calendar. This is an app that lets you create your own calendars, and it'll help kids to understand the time of when things are going to happen, and it'll help kids keep things organized throughout the day when they're wondering what the routine is, what's coming next. And there's a lot of customization here, and they include a sample calendar for you so that you can work off that if you want, or you can create your own calendar, but this is really just so you can see what the app does and what the app is all about. So this is the home page for the Choiceworks Calendar app when you first open it. You can see all of your different calendars here, and you see they have the sample calendar. Up on the top left is the gear, which is going to be the settings. So this is where you can change all the settings, and I'll come back to this later once you know what these are. Up here, this lock, you can lock or unlock the editing mode so that kids can go in and change things. If you don't want them to, then they can't go in and edit things if you lock that. There's an edit button up here that's going to let you go from the user mode to the editor mode if you want to add events or delete events or move days, things like that. So I'm just going to open up the calendar so you can look at it right here. And at the very bottom right, you will see an orange question mark. This, if you tap it, it's going to bring up kind of how to use the app, what everything does. So if you are confused or you want to learn how to do something while you're using the app, if you just tap that orange question mark on the bottom right, it'll show you what everything is, what everything does. So that was helpful for learning how to use the app. And then you see right now up on the top it says day, week, and month on the top left. And I'm currently in the month view. If I go to the week view, or if I go to the day view, you can see different sets of times. So if I want to select the 10th, I just tap on that day, and it'll show a picture of what events are planned for the 10th. So it looks like I only have school on the 10th. And then if I hit this little kind of calendar button here, it's going to bring me to look at that day specifically. And then if I tap on the image,
School,
it's going to tell me that I'm going to go to school. And then, maybe I'll just turn my volume.
school,
If I tap on school, it's going to read school. And then if I go to school and I'm finished with that, I can drag it over into the all
School.
done.
All done.
So then it'll mark that as finished. And now I can go back to a different view, the week or the month view. And I can kind of see that 10, I've done what I need to do on the 10th. And then if it's on to the 11th, and so on. Maybe we can look at a day that has multiple events, like the 14th. If I go ahead and click on that day, I can see I have to go to school, and there's also Valentine's Day. So maybe if I drag that over.
School. All done. Valentine's Day. All done.
And then if I wanted to read off my schedule, I would hit this play button up here in the top, and maybe I'll show you that with a different day. If I hit this play button, it's going to read to me what I have to do throughout the day.
My schedule. Beach.
And then I'll know what I have to do today if I don't want to read it or look at the pictures. So that's very helpful also. If I want to go into the edit mode, which means I can create my own events for the calendar days, I can hit this edit button at the top right. It's going to tell me a little bit about edit mode. And then what I can do is I can delete certain items. I can use this plus button here to add events, so maybe that's what I'll show you. If I hit this plus button, I will be able to add my own event. I can choose an image from either the things that are included or from the things that I have on my iPad. I can set a date, set a time, set a duration, and even put alarms to go off when it is time for this event. And then that will show up. Maybe I'll just make something up here. Assembly. Date. That looks fine. Time. And you don't need to put in a time. You can really just have a date. But I'll put in a time. Maybe 8 o'clock a.m. And duration, let's say it's 30 minutes long. Then I'm just going to hit done. And then you see on that day, it's going to show now 2 images because I've got the beach and apparently an assembly planned also on that day. Then I can go ahead and hit the save button here at the top right. Now if I go into this day by clicking on that little button, it'll show that I have both the beach and the assembly, and it will show the scheduled time. So if I hit the play button here at the top right, I can read off my schedule.
My schedule, beach, assembly,
And then I know that I have the beach and the assembly. And when I'm finished with those,
beach, all done, assembly, all done,
and then I can go back to a different mode. So this calendar also has a countdown feature. If a kid is asking, oh, when is this? When am I going to get to do this? Let's say they're looking forward to getting on the airplane on the 22nd. I can hit this 1, 2, 3 button here at the top. It's going to say countdown days until, maybe I want to pick 22nd.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days until airplane.
So then they'll say, okay, now I know I have 13 days until the airplane. So it helps them to give a better understanding of what this calendar means in terms of real time. So yeah, you can also create entirely new calendars. Anytime you hit this button at the top left here, it's going to take you back to your list of calendars. And if you hit the plus button up here, you're going to be able to create whole new calendars. And you can add photos, change your advanced options. So you can either build off of the one they have, or you can create an entirely new one. If you have school as a general day activity, then I would recommend just using the sample since it already has a lot of things put in, and you can easily go into the edit mode here and just take out other activities that you don't have. There's a share button here at the top that looks kind of like an elevator. You can print it, email it, share it on iTunes, then you can use your iTunes calendar also with this. So that is another cool feature. So this app is really great if you're looking for kind of a calendar that has a lot of different views. If kids just want to work very simply, they can just keep everything in the day mode, and then if you hit this arrow at the top, you'll be able to cycle through each day if they're overwhelmed by the week or the month mode. So there's a lot of range with this app. It's really a great app if you are looking to create calendars, if you have kids who like routines, or even if you're a school teacher and you have to have different things planned out for each day to help yourself keep track and to help the kids understand what's going on. So I would really recommend this app, and we've got more information linked to in the full description, so I'd recommend taking a look at that, and thanks for watching.